Hello guys, welcome to Slow Hustle. Let's talk about businesses you need to avoid in Nigeria. 7 businesses to avoid in Nigeria. So we're going to take this. It's going to be a form of a slide, so I'll be speaking underneath it. And the first one is gambling. Okay. Now before we talk about the gambling, let's just give us a quick overview of what business is and what we are going to do in this video. It's not enough for you to just hear about a business that people are making a huge profit in it and that you should try it too. You should try as much as possible to investigate the risk in it. You should also endeavor to know its practicability, and visibility. This article will pinpoint some businesses you should watch out for. These are the top shaky businesses in Nigeria. Before going into a business, you should ask yourself some basic questions. Questions like, what is this business about? What do I need to start this business? What do I stand to gain if I start this business? What are the risks I must take? You must consider all of this before you get into business. If you are introduced to a business that fails to answer any of these questions listed above, you are advised to be very careful with it, or preferably turn it down. The major reason why most people enter investment in businesses is to generate themselves steady income and profit. This income is expected to last for a long period of time. It is meant to give them financial security. A good investment would generate profit for an entire lifetime and can be passed down from generation to generation. A bad investment simply means any investment that has a low or zero probability of bringing in income. Businesses that crashes without warning or notice is not a good investment. A good way to avoid going into bad businesses is exercise due caution or seek the advice of a qualified financial advisor to help, especially with any dicey investment. Now that being said, let's go to number 1 investment that you should avoid in Nigeria. Number 1 is gambling. It is not new again that gambling is a very risky business to delve into. Apart from the fact that it is risky, people also have the tendency of getting addicted to it. I have seen cases of workers staking their whole salary and losing it, which made their life miserable after losing it. Okay, gambling simply means to play a game of chance, to risk money or something valuable by bet or wager. In Nigeria, only 3 types of gambling have been legalized. This includes sports betting, lottery games, and casino gambling. Most people refer to gambling as an investment. However, some underlying principles that guide investments are absent in it. For example, as an investor, you own shares, stocks, or bonds, but gamblers own nothing. So you must be very careful. Do not go into gambling. Only if you have excess cash that you think you can trade, or if you can control your emotion, if you lose huge amount of money, or if you can be so disciplined, very disciplined, that you have some certain amount of money. Let's say you are worth 1,000 naira and you set like 1% of it, like 1% of my net worth or of how much I have, I'm going to use it for gambling. So whenever you have 1,000 naira, you can only use 1 naira to bet. Okay, whenever you have 10,000 naira, you can only use 100 naira to bet. Whenever you have 100,000 naira, you can only use 1,000 to bet. Only if you can be so disciplined like that. If not, then stay away from gambling. The second one we are going into is Ponzi schemes. Yeah, Ponzi schemes. This is basically a fraudulent investment which promises a high rate of returns for just a little input. It is an attempt to lure in more persons to invest. Thereafter, within a short period of time, the Ponzi crashes and a lot of investors lose their money. These businesses start as legal business until they are no longer able to pay the returns they promised. The most popular one that really gained ground in Nigeria was MMM. Okay, back in 2017 or thereabouts. Now we've had sites such as news reading sites like Gifter World. We've had Forex sites like Wazobia Investment, Pennywise Investment. All of these are Ponzi schemes, and it is very, very advisable to stay away from them. Ponzi scheme really got a great deal of Nigerians in 2017. Most business persons, workers, students left their businesses for the rather promising business. Later in 2017, around October or November, investment in MMN dropped and the organizers were no longer able to pay the promised returns. A huge amount of money went down with the schemes. Some businesses totally lost their capital. Others were left in debt. Retirees lost their entire savings, and until date, people haven't been able to get their monies back. So it is very dangerous for you to enter into Ponzi schemes. Now let's go to the next point. The next point is money lending. Yeah, money lending. You should also stay away from this kind of investment or business. Money lending simply means giving out cash loans to people who need it and to be repaid with interest within a short period of time. This is another dangerous investment as takes so much out of person lending. This is due to high interest rates placed on the loan. A single person can do money lending. It can also be a joint effort of a group of people to lend out money on the condition that they are repaid with interest. The risk in this business affects both parties. As a lender, you may lend some person and he may just abscond with it. Sudden death also brings lots of bad debts to money lenders. The law in Nigeria concerning money lending is also not encouraging, as it leaves both parties at the mercy of each other. So stay away from money lending. There's a program that came out some time ago called Lending Network, where they promised or they kind of make claims that they lend money to people that pay back like 50% within a week. It is totally impossible. There's no how you're going to lend someone 100k in a week and the person is going to pay 150k back. I don't know what the person is going to use the money for, but it's not just possible on God's earth. Stay away from money lending schemes. Okay, the next one we are going into is Thrifts. This refers to loans and savings corporations that offer savings and loan services. People cooperate and join thrifts to gather funds for new and existing projects. The problem with this investment is in fraud, where due diligence is not taken to check for loopholes. The cases of fraud, huge loss may be incurred. So you guys must be very careful. If you see any thrift and cooperative society whereby they claim to they give loans, if you want to take loan, of course you can take loan from them, but entrusting your money to them so they can give loan to people and give you return on investment and all of that, it is very, very risky. Okay, most of the time it doesn't work out well, so you guys must be very, very careful when you want to invest into it. In fact, in a short word, I will advise you guys to stay away from any thrift and credit or thrift and cooperative society. The number 5 one on the list is real estate investment. Okay, real estate investment. This simply means buying and reselling landed properties. This business could go wrong as it is capital intensive, and any form of lack of due diligence may result in a huge loss, especially in Nigeria, whereby people can resend land easily. People are not trustworthy, and the government is not doing anything to put regular agents in place to sell land. So people can just situation whereby people can sell land 5 times over. Maybe family members can, or each family member can sell the land to different owners, and it will lead to serious argument and fight that you will lose your money at the end of the day. Okay, so you guys must be very careful. You can go into real estate on your own, try to do proper research, have a lawyer that sign the papers and all of that, okay, that do research for you. But going into real estate investment whereby a company will just arise and claim they invest into real estate, that if you put your money with them, you are going to get such so investment or return on investment in a particular period of time. Okay, it doesn't work that way, and it is very dangerous. So I would advise you guys to stay away from real estate investment. There have been several instances of fraud in Nigeria regarding real estate investment. Some property owners will sell just a piece of land to more than one person. This form of business needs extra caution from anyone who wishes to invest in it, failure of which could jeopardize the whole investment. Okay, that's the number 5th one. So going on to number 6, we have perishable goods. Perishable goods. What I mean by perishable goods are these goods that cannot stay long without being refrigerated or stuff like that, like the fresh tomatoes, pepper, or onions and all of that, or fresh fish. All of these goods, you cannot keep them for a long period of time without taking care of them properly. Okay, which might be capital intensive. Although investing in perishable goods such as fruits and vegetables can be very enticing and profitable, You need to handle it properly if you wish to succeed in it. You need to consider a good location where you will sell quickly. This will prevent running into a loss when a huge portion of goods remain unsold. So this is very, very important. You must put this into consideration as well. So we are moving on to the last one, which is not the least. Forex investment. Forex investment. This has taken a lot of toll on people that actually invested into them have had so many regrets so far. The first one that came out to them was, I don't know what it was, but it was called, the name was Wazobia Investment. They are giving people 50% within 3 days, and so many people went blindly into it. So many people lose money on it. I had about 3 or 4 videos on it following them up, so you guys must be very careful. The other one was Pennywise Investment. They claim to invest your money for you. Now people have learned their lesson because they've actually run away with people's money. So there are many of it like that outside. Okay, the other one was Box Value. Box Value ran away with a couple of millions that people entrusted to them to trade for them. So I won't advise you to go into any forex investment scheme that they trade forex. They have experts, they trade forex, and they give you money, and they trade for you. All of these things, they are not real. Okay, you can only go into it only if they are registered with the necessary agency. The first agency is CAC. That's not too important for forex trading. Okay, any company can register with CAC. The second one is SEC, Securities and Economic Commission, or something like that. They must be registered with the SEC. If they are not registered with SEC, do not invest into any forex investment out there. Okay, they are not legit. Now at first they will keep on providing. Once they are still meeting up with the strategy or tactics they think they had, they will keep on giving you the money, the return, until they cannot provide it any longer. Maybe something go wrong, so it existed until it stopped existing. So you guys must stay away from investment like this. Now wrapping it up, when going into a business, try as much as possible to know what it entails, how you can set it up, the risk in it, and what you stand to gain. The major aim of every business or investment is the income. It will be a very bad case of investment if at the end of the day, if you don't have anything to show for the money you have expended. So these are the 7 businesses I will be advising Nigerians to stay away from. Okay, it's so rampant in Nigeria. People are losing a lot of money. There's so many con people out there trying to formulate scheme, trying to build websites, set it up, make adverts, add a referral commission to it. So before you know, people propagate it and try to, before you know, they run away with people's money. So I'll be advising you guys to stay away from it. Now do not forget to subscribe. We'll create videos that help you to learn how you can invest online and both offline. Okay, so we'll be happy if you can subscribe and join this great community. Thank you guys, and bye for now.